Hello everyone, welcome to the Manchu grammar course. I'm your friend Hasudai. In today's lesson, we're going to learn about the first thing of Manchu grammar, the word order. Okay, so the basic order in Manchu is SOV, S for subject, O for object, and V for verb. For example, 비 머린 우줌. So here B means I, the first person, and 머린 means horse. 우줌 means to raise. Then the sentence means I raise horses. Okay, one more example. Erdung bitköf argi. Erdung is a name. Bitköp means a book. Argi means wrote. So the sentence means Erdung wrote a book. Okay, great job, Erdung. And don't worry about the inner structures of this sentence of the phrases. We're going to come back to explain all the details about the phrases, and just for this lesson, for the first lesson, we just focus on the order. Okay, so as we can see in these two sentences, the subject always go first, then the object, and finally the verb. So this is the basic order of Manchu grammar. Well, I don't think anyone can speak with sentences that only have a subject and an object, but more often we need information like time, manner, location, instrument, reason, etc. So in linguistics, we call them adjunct. And in Manchu, the adjunct could be placed anywhere before the verb. Let's look at an example. 비 이능 암시 바자르트 안답 통화르. Which means I met a friend at the market this afternoon. So here, 이능 암시 and 바자르트 are the adjuncts. And the same thing, the same event can be expressed also in this way. 이능 암시 비 바자르트 안답 통화르. Or 이능 암시 바자르트 비 안답 통화르. Or even 이남시 비 만납 바자르 통화르. And you can see the order is somehow flexible, and each of them bears some nuance which we will explain in future lessons. But here, just one thing, keep in mind that the verb should always be the final idea. Okay, then in most, if not all languages, the nouns are often modified by some other components, such as a number, an adjective, or even a clause. For example, upon the word hat, we could have a hat, a red hat made by Susan. And those modifiers should always be placed before the noun in Manchu. So in Manchu we have 마가 means the hat, and 마가, a hat, vergelmager, a red hat. Then Susanjar, vergelmager, a red hat made by Susan. So we can see here all these modifiers goes before the kernel noun. Alright, so now we have learned the basic idea of the Manchu word order. Let's do some exercises. I will now give you some vocabulary or phrases, and now I think you can build some sentences by yourself. Okay, here we go. First, 민 means my. 아그 means the elder brother. Don't be confused by the spelling. They are not English words. They are just look same. And then Baturu is a name. And Gurjat means to Gurja, which is a city in Xinjiang. Then Eneng means today. Inengdari means every day. Sijin Tumak, by bus or ride a bus. Gunri, went. Bitkhe Holam, to read, or particularly to read books. Then I'll ask you to translate these two sentences into Manchu. Number 1, Baturu read books every day. Number 2, today my brother went to Gurja by bus. Okay, of course you can pause here for a while to think, but I will just go ahead. The answer of the first sentence is Baturu 이능들이 비트크 호람. And indeed, this is not the only way to say, because you have learned that the order of the adjuncts are flexible, so we can also say 이능들이 바투루 비트크 호람. Similarly, the second sentence could be translated as 은능 민 아그 스준 트막 골잣 끈기, or 민 아그 은능 스준 트막 골잣 끈기. Okay, so if you have matched any of these answers, great, congrats. Okay, today's summary. Let's have a review of today's lesson. So first we have learned the basic idea. The basic order of Manchu is subject, object, and verb. Then the adjuncts could be flexible but should be before the verb. And finally, the modifiers should always go previous to the noun. Thank you for watching. If you have any question about Manchu grammar, please leave a message in the comment. And I will appreciate if you could help me to improve the slide or anything else. Thank you. 그런어피도 안 부바니가 민장의 흥나이가 다시 안 비치. MBC를 흐르면서 알아듣던 MBC 과 배트니 아이질 못을 바비치. MBC 다집으로 바비치다. 부지르거든 머지가 아름 봄나. 머스 엄바드 호스트키. 나. 오게 자이 무단식. See you next time.